Hey guys, my name is Andre, I'm from Brazil, and I'm gonna show you behind the scenes on how to prepare our gear.
So my biggest goal when it comes to building out my snowboard, gear, the first thing I think about is, okay, I need my snowboard bindings that connect my foot to the board, and I also need a boot that will connect my boot to the board. The only thing I do is I get a new pair of boots, I'll cut out the liner so that I have range of motion for the inside of my boot for my shock and my foot to work. And outside of that, I try to keep it as normal as possible.
What I like to do is keep my front foot a bit more open, and so with my disability with cerebral palsy, having my weaker leg, which is my front leg, more open allows me to drive through the turns, which I really like.
I have a full shock as my knee and another shock in as the foot. I do have different PSI settings for a snowboarding cross day, if it's a bank slalom day, or if I'm just going out free riding or powder. I change my settings around based on the conditions that we're going to be working with.
So this is where the magic waxing happens. This is where the teams have the waxing setups. This could define a race. It's that important. Depending on conditions, on how cold, how warm the snow is, it will get a different wax. First put a base cleaner, and then he uses an iron. It's just like a clothing iron, but it's specific for wax. And then he'll melt the wax on top of the board, and then he'll iron the whole bottom to make sure the wax is spread evenly. You give it a couple hours to let the wax be absorbed by the board, and then you have to scrape it off to take off the excess and brush. So it's a whole process. So we're actually gonna see the process right now of waxing. Team USA is waxing, is working on a few boards. Hey guys, how we doing?
Oh, not too bad. Brock over there is just touching up edges on the boards that got used today, just to make sure they're still sharp and ready to go for tomorrow. I've moved on to the next step in the process, which is just cleaning them out a little bit, getting any potential metal shavings that came from the edges out, and then also just making sure the base is clean so when we go to apply wax, it'll hold better. Depending on how many boards our riders want to use, we run through anywhere from 7 to around 15 boards every night. So it really varies depending on how many they want to use for the day.
You do have different boards for border cross and for bank slalom.
Bank slalom board's a smaller board, and it's a bit more rounded, and so it's a bit more of a freestyle shape, which I really like, and so it can get really carving turns in that are really quick and really fast. In the border cross, my board's a lot longer. It's a way more square, and so the edge one's longer on the snow, and so that board just loves to go straight and fast.
Hey guys, I hope you learned a lot. Make sure you buy your tickets, and I'll see you in Milano Cortina 2026. Now I'm gotta go hit the slopes.